Hey, good afternoon to you. I'm still in Washington, D.C., and I've been eager to find out what is the rifle, the caliber that was used to shoot Charlie Kirk. And it's something that I've been kind of paying a lot of attention to, because it's really, whenever you see somebody assassinate a political figure, which has not happened much in our lifetime, my lifetime at least. That's the first time I ever saw it. I highly recommend you don't watch the video. My son unfortunately watched it and showed me, and I was like, I wish I didn't see that. But it was a very accurate shot, and it was from around 200 yards, 180 to 200 yards. And I'm very interested in that sort of thing, so I've been glued to it. And here's what I know about it. It is confirmed that it is, actually, I'm going to take back the word confirmed. I have been paying more attention to the investigation, the investigators, than I have the media. I haven't even watched the media. So this information is just coming from what investigators are releasing. Is that it is an imported 30-06, an older imported 30-06. Now, it's also reported in many sources, not a lot, not confirmed. That's why I hesitated to use the word confirmed, that it was a Mauser. Now, let's just say it wasn't a Mauser, it was an imported 30-06. From the wars, World War I, World War II, there were a lot of imported rifles. And many Americans converted them to 30-06 because the 30-06 at the time was kind of like the 5.56. It was the battle caliber. It was the one that the Army was producing. It was the most abundant round you could find at the time. Like kind of how much the 5.56 is being produced today from 1906 to the 1970s, that was the 30-06. So if you had an imported rifle and you were going to convert it, you would most likely convert it to the 30-06. All imported war rifles that were converted, most of them were 30-06 for that reason. So with that being said, the Mauser is the most converted imported rifle of them all. So when they give reports of a Mauser, that makes sense to me. It's also an extremely accurate rifle. It is extremely favorably converted. The conversions that people did were like, you can't even match it today. Like if you look at the conversions of the imported Mauser K98, there were some good ones. Like there were some really fantastic, like people kind of went over the top with the conversions of the K98. If you have a converted K98, you probably know what I'm talking about. Of all the K98s, there's 14,600,000 made. That's why it was so incredibly imported. But most of those being German, of course. However, the most imported into the United States is Brazilian, Spanish, and Finland K98s. So you can kind of get it down to probably German, Spanish, Brazilian, or a Finland-made K98. A little speculation there, but that's the most likely case. Originally, they were pretty much all chambered in a 7.92 by 57 millimeter Mauser, otherwise known as the 8 millimeter Mauser. And, you know, very accurate at 500 yards, maximum effective range of 5,100 yards. Very, very accurate rifle. You know, of course, but that's with the 8 millimeter Mauser being converted to the 30-06. This particular round is about a 7.82 millimeter round, traveling at about 2,900 feet per second, giving off 2,800 foot-pounds of energy. Really, just a 30-06 is an incredibly fantastic round for long-distance shooting. So ultimately what you have is you have one of the most imported and accurate and often best conversions you've ever seen in your life to 30-06 K98. And this is, I would argue that it's a rifle of an amateur as well. Great choice, but there's going to be a lot of rumors that it was a professional, and maybe it was. I don't know. I'm just talking about the rifle itself. I know nothing about the shooter at all. But what I can tell you is, if I was to try to get in and out of there, I definitely would not choose an old war rifle. I would have something small, breakdownable kind of thing. Like, it would be a whole different world. This is most likely the rifle of somebody's grandfather kind of thing. And again, those 30-06 conversions were nice, especially the Finland one. The ones from Finland were some of the nicest ones ever made. By the way, the other countries that it could be, because these are all imported, K98s would be, of course, Germany, Argentina, Belgium, Brazil, Chile, Czechoslovakia, Spain, Finland, India, Italy, Japan, Peru, Paraguay, and Sweden. So it could be any of those. But the most imported would be Brazil, Spain, Finland, and then Germany would be fourth, and then all the others. The most common conversion would be the 30-06, of course, and by far the most imported conversion older rifle would be the Mauser K98. Man, really darn accurate. Great conversions to that 30-06. If you have one, you know what I'm talking about. So there you go, man. Any thoughts or insights you might have on this? This is what I know of it so far.